Meliona here, making a difference. So first, I'd like to share with you who I am. Fix my hair first. Who I am and what I stand for. So who I am and what I stand for is freedom, transformation, empowerment, high vibrational alignment, and love. Love. Always doing everything from love. It's always the first place to go. Okay, so I feel drawn to getting open and vulnerable with you. Through experiences where we experience transformation, and I'm committed to creating transformation and being transformation for you, myself, and everyone around to make a difference. Okay, so who I am, I'd like to share with you. First, let's get started with who I am, what I love to do, what I'm really connected to. I love doing everything from the heart first, love. That's when everything flourishes for me. I love music, and when I'm in a good place from love and in a great place, everything flourishes. I've noticed that through different experiences in life. You know when you're going the right direction. I'm a huge project girl. I love working on projects. When there's a project involved, I'm like, woo, I love it. That's what gets me going. It drives me. I love singing. I sing EDM, uplifted EDM, pop, synth pop, all different kinds of music, new creative. I love singing and performing. And I'd really like to get to the root of what drives me and what I do, okay? So first little thing to start off with to share with you is a charity event that we're working on putting together. It's all kind of in the works. And the charity event is a talent show for the homeless and disadvantaged children to have an opportunity to come out and really express themselves fully and really get that they can be whatever they want to be in the world. That they aren't just trapped in this one perception of life, of just imagine what they see as just this homeless life with no advantage, seems to them. So what it's designed to do is for them to come out and experience a whole new world. And that's what the talent show is called. The charity event is called A Whole New World. And the children get to come up on a magic carpet ride, and they get to just feel so magical and really see a different perspective of life. That they aren't just trapped in that one perception. Like, they could be anything they want to be in the world. Put your mind to it and go and show it and show off their talent and their skills and just have a lot of fun. We have couple of different people contributing to this. Super amazing people. Everyone's getting something out of this. There's always a real reward out of this kind of work. I've never experienced more reward than making a difference for someone. And my huge heart is for children and people in general. With my music and my projects is all about babies, children, making baby products, women products, because I am a mom and I'm a woman in the world. So I stand for women and moms in the world and parents. It's just I'm a mom. So so that's also another part of the music project. Also, something else I'd like to share with you, get a little deeper. In 2018, I held the title of Miss Scottsdale's Exceptional Woman, and I like to share with you what drove me to go there. Okay, so there was a period of time I was going through a tough time, as humans do. We go through tough times in life, and I was fortunate to have an amazing person as a life coach. My friend David, love him. He's like, I always call him. He's just really great person for me to be connected to. So I was going through a tough time, and I would call him up in all my situations, all my problems, if you want to say. I would call him up when I was having a problem, like, David, oh my gosh, this is what's going on. And he'd be like, Janelle, what's there for you? I'd be like, I'm upset, I'm hurt, I'm angry, whatever it would be. And he'd say, okay, I got your feelings. What's there for you? And I'd be like, what? I'm like upset. I'm like, I don't know, I'm crying, mad, whatever. And so he'd say, okay, he'd talk with me, and then we'd hang up. And I'm not going to go through every phone call, but this went through a 6-month period about, and I'll go up to the last call at the end of this 6 months. And I call him, David, I'm going through, whatever the situation was, whatever my problem was, this is what's happening. Like, okay, I hear you. What's there for you? I'm upset. I'm sad. And he's like, okay, Janelle, I got that. And he's just doing this with me. Many calls happened, by the way, through this 6-month period. And he just kept standing for me and standing for me and standing for me. So I can't even give you the words that describe this man. And he, so I'm on the last call, and he's like, okay, Janelle, he just was really getting me there to where I could experience it for myself. Because experience is everything. That's where you have transformation. Somebody telling you something, okay, when you experience something for yourself, that's when you experience, obviously. And that's when you experience transformation. So I was on the phone, and he said, okay, Janelle, I get you're upset. I get you're angry. So I'd like to ask you, I'd like to talk to you. And he said, don't take anything personal. I'm like, okay, It's like, I get your feelings. You're sad, upset. Okay. And he's like, what kind of girl doesn't get heard? Sorry, I get a little emotional. What kind of girl doesn't get heard? That's as deep as I'm going to go. He knows all about my past. And he kept going. Janelle, what kind of girl? I'm sitting on the phone. I'm just like, oh my gosh. I'm like crying. And I got present to this not worth it girl with nothing, who's always trying to prove herself, looking for approval. Look at my modeling. Look at my music. Look at how great I am. Always trying to prove myself. Approval. And I was like, oh my gosh, David, I don't want to, no, not this not worth it girl. No, let's create something new. I got to be something great. He's like, no, you're resisting it. I'm like, so, he's like, what I need you to do is just like, how you got present with that not worth it girl that's there? He's like, just be with that girl, okay? And I'm going to let you go and just be with that girl for a couple of days. So I was like, whew. So I just sat there and like, I was just being with that not worth it girl. And a few hours later, towards the end of the day, I experienced this huge, like, I don't know how to explain it. I just, all of a sudden, by being present to that not worth it girl, I was like, bam. I saw the complete opposite in myself, like me. I was like, oh my gosh, I am worth something way more than I ever knew. It was like, oh my gosh, it was like exhilarating. It was like, oh my gosh, I'm something way more than I ever knew. So I call up David, like, David, oh my gosh, I am worth something so huge. I am amazing. I am like worth something so big. And he's just laughing on the phone, like just laughing on the phone with me. I'm like going on. So anyways, long story short, moving along here. I then, I was like, so what I got present to, I was resisting this not worth a girl, looking for approval, look how this I am and this and that. And what I saw was that, looking for that approval, well, when I got present to being this way more than worth it girl, like who was really there. So what happens is in our past, like for me, something happened to me at 5 years old that I carried with me through my whole life. And I made up this story about myself starting at a young age that I wasn't worth it. So here I was moving along in life and, whatever next thing was happening, oh, I'm not worth it. Oh, I'm not worth it. So what I got present to was, what I got out of this experience was, who we are being is perfectly correlated to how we take action. And how we take action is perfectly correlated to how the world occurs for us and how we occur for ourselves. So just to use a quick example here. When I was being the not worth it girl, and I didn't even know it, it was a blind spot to me till I got present to how it was running my life. So who I was being was the not worth it girl. And that was causing me to take action a certain way. And that was how the world was occurring for me and how I occurred for myself. It's in a perfect dance, in a perfect alignment, okay? And when I got present to that, oh my gosh, then I saw the opportunity of being, because who I really am, that's just in the past, that's over. So who I actually really am without that story is this girl that's something that is this girl that's worth something so huge, so huge, and it's amazing to get to experience that. So who we are being is perfectly correlated to how we take action. And how we take action is perfectly correlated to how the world occurs for us. And it's in a perfect dance, a perfect alignment. So from there, I was like, woo, on fire, okay? And I became inspired to, I came across this pageant for the Miss Arizona's Exceptional Woman pageant. And I was like, I saw these bold, brave, beautiful women, okay? Like when I had this transformation, I mean, I even heard music differently. I saw things differently. I saw these bold, brave, beautiful women standing for something. And I was very drawn to that. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm doing this. And I've never been drawn to doing a pageant or anything. I was always like doing my modeling thing, singing, whatever. And I call up what was her name? Oh, I loved her. Forgot her name at the moment. She was super amazing, and she was running the pageant, and she's like, oh my gosh, you got like a week, this is coming right up. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So all these girls are practicing like months and years, this is what they do, you know. So I was like, how am I going to do this? And I was just I felt committed to something there. And so I went forth, I stood in courage, and I just went forth and I did it. And I went to one practice, and then bam, it was the pageant that weekend. So I got to go to one practice. Anyways, long story short, I took runner-up as Miss Scottsdale's Exceptional Woman. So I took second place, and I held the title of Miss Scottsdale's Exceptional Woman of 2018. And it was very rewarding, and I got connected to a lot of things. I was, and I still am, committed to speaking and standing for the search of missing and exploited children. And May 25th is dedicated to finding missing and exploited children. I also got connected to a family of a group who created like an underground railroad for rescuing human trafficked children. And they made a huge movement, a huge difference, where I always get emotional. They are based out of America, and they were always able to rescue the American children. And they made a movement and a difference, and now they're able to rescue all children, no matter what country they're from. They're based out of America, so when they come from other countries, they are able, through this Underground Railroad rescuing team that they created, they're able to rescue all children from no matter what country they're from. So I was really inspired and connected with that, and still committed to working towards continuing to making a difference for these human trafficked children and missing and exploited children. So that was an amazing experience, and I'm going to sing a song here in a minute for you guys. Also, really quick. So when we have a problem, don't just focus on the problem, because it blinds us from all the many solutions that are around. So get present and look at the different solutions you have to your problem instead of honing in on the problem. Hone in on the different solutions, okay? It's all about solutions. Okay, and I'm going to sing a song for you that my fiance and I wrote. He wrote the verses and I wrote the chorus, and the hook and the chorus. He wrote the verses. He's an amazing writer. He can write for days. And I wrote the chorus and the bridge, the breakdown. Okay? I'm going to go sing that right now. One minute, baby doll. Okay. My little babies.